Alrighty.
If I do it that way, that hurts my ankle.
Don't do that.
Oh.
If your hips aren't open, it'll
That feels
mess with your knee and ankle, and you really don't want that.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Seriously Lighthearted Yoga, where we're serious about being lighthearted, about everything, really. Today Kai is going to talk to you on his head.
Why not?
Because why not? So, if this looks a little weird, your computer is not upside down. It's Kai.
Yeah.
Today we are going to be talking over speaking about the spider of yoga, as we came to call it yesterday. And that is the 8 limbs. What are the 8 limbs, Kai?
Well, Clifton, the 8 limbs are essentially the most traditional path that you hear about here in the U.S. in yoga. It's 8 different Sanskrit terms which all describe a different thing, and they move kind of from your outer being towards your inner being so that you begin to understand what's happening inside of you. And the first of these, Clifton, is Yama. And Yama essentially means... well, the limb itself is essentially like the golden rule, if you know, do unto others as you would do unto yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 5 of them. We'll go over them in a separate video here later on. But the next one is Niyama, which is more internally. You begin to step from out external, the other people, in towards yourself, things that you can do to take care of yourself and further your own spiritual practice from inside. And then the third limb is Asana, which most people are familiar with. Asana is what happens when you get on your mat and start going through all the poses. You have an instructor guiding you through a flow. This is Asana. The 4th limb is... sorry, give me a second here. The 4th limb is Pranayama, which is what many people know as breathing exercises, but Pranayama really simply means extension of your life force. Prana is a word that means life force in Sanskrit, and Yama is extension or control of that. The 5th limb is Pratyahara, which is removal of the senses. So you're taking all of those external senses that you're aware of, your sight, your smell, your feeling, and your skin, and you're allowing your brain to stop responding to all of that input. So you still feel it, you might be aware of it still, but it's not affecting your inner silence. Then the 6th limb of this 8-limb path is Dharana, which is concentration. Essentially what concentration is the ability to train your mind on one point for an extended period of time. I've heard in some texts that it says 12 seconds, but again, this is one-pointed concentration. You're not allowing any of those sensory inputs coming from your senses to affect you or anything. You're allowing your mind to stay steady on that one point for an extended period of time. And this is more difficult than people seem to think it is at first. And you figure that out just by coming to sit down for a little while and paying attention to exactly what you're aware of at any given moment. And then the 7th limb here is Dhyana, which is meditation, and essentially meditation is an extended form of concentration, but your awareness of this one-pointedness kind of drops away and you begin to take in everything at the same time. So you're just sitting in awareness, essentially. And then as you begin to extend this out, you come into Samadhi, which is when even that your awareness of your awareness falls away and you just are in this blissful state. So those are the 8 limbs of yoga and essentially make up what's called Ashtanga Yoga.
And I think what's important to point out here is if you feel like you're drinking from a fire hose right now, that's okay. We're going to go into more depth and more detail in future videos on all of those different topics because, of course, they've got subcategories. There's a lot more to them than just what we went over here. But this is just kind of a brief introduction of it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, and let us know how we're doing. So, yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and have fun.